It's actually been, the first week was fantastic, but then after that it got a bit lonely from a rugby perspective. Great being back with the family, but going to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning was not ideal. Doing fitness by myself, and luckily there is a Stellenbosch touchy side that's playing between 1 and 2 every day. It's quite hard if you can't be involved with any rugby, but I'm glad it's finished now. I'm going to miss my boys, but it was the best time, 5 weeks with the family, and it's since we've moved back I've only been home about 10 nights in a row, but it's phenomenal. It's today was a tough day at training, but it's good to be back.
Just let's go back to the hearing. I don't know how much you can say, but I mean, it was just strange for us because it almost seemed like you wanted to prove a point by appealing it. Maybe just take us through what you just your thoughts on what you got at the end of the day.
Thoughts? Okay, so the hearing. Okay, so firstly there was an incident. The incident got they had a look at it because there was contact with the head. You have to go in midway. The interesting part about the whole hearing is it's two different hearings, mine and Akker. They didn't cite him for the headbutt, so then he only got your entry levels in contact to the head. So if you look from a purely law perspective, although it's not the law, he came in halfway because he doesn't have a record. He came in, he got 3 weeks because I've got a record. Same offence, irrelevant if you hit a guy once or 20 times against the head, you still get midway. And then because I've had a prior incident, then they only gave me 4 weeks. Do I think it's fair? Maybe not, but it happened. So I can't do anything about that. I did ask them to have a proper look at it. So you can't. In essence, rugby is a fair game. You know, so you have a look at it. If you look at the incident from beginning to end, the outcome shouldn't have been what it was. But now that's I'm at peace with it quite quickly. And from a perspective, from a hearing perspective, it wasn't my choice to pick the lawyer, and secondly, it wasn't my choice to appeal either. The Bulls felt that we need to prove a point, and from my perspective, it was. I would have liked getting less, but I got what I deserved.
Maybe just from a bigger picture point of view, and I mean, you've been around rugby for a long time.
Yes.
But one of your incidents that counted against you was back 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
Most players now, professional players, probably don't have a 7-year career. Do you think that should be? I mean, Simon and I were chatting about in law. There's a time period. If you're in the workplace, there's a time period of like 2 years, whatever, where your offence would expire.
Yes.
Do you feel that's something that rugby should look at?
Exactly what you just said. I spoke to them about it. So I really wanted to play this. Well, I was pushing to play against the Stormers, to be honest. But from my perspective, is surely the thing is to make it fair. That was not fair, and that's what I said. Is you penalising me for actually being quite a clean player through a 20-year career, and now you penalise me for a red card that I got 4 years ago. I did make the joke, I'm getting more angrier the older I get, but the fact is it's a long time ago, and if you take it over an extended period, surely you have to look at the length of a guy's career. And now you're penalising me for that, and they just said, sorry, this is the guidelines. And unfortunately, with the whole thing, speaking to Stefan and to Blanche and to a lot of guys, there's very strict guidelines that they can, even if a guy doesn't get cited, you can't go in and cite him if it wasn't the citing commission didn't see it. So I think there needs, going forward, there needs to be changes made to how they apply that. And sometimes you always feel, from a South African point of view, how can a guy get in Australia 2 weeks and a guy in South Africa get 4 weeks, for example? We feel as a rugby player, I feel we get the short end of the stick a lot of the times. But I mean, I'm generalizing quite a bit now, but I really think they need to, and that's what they try to standardize everything, but they need to reassess the process.
Schalk, is there a forum that you as players can raise exactly that what you've said. I mean, if you make a comparison Baxian has made, and you've elaborated on that, surely it can't remain like this forever.
So actually, I became very good friends with, funny enough, Akker's attorney, what do you call it, solicitor, and he's actually advocate, and we discussed it in length. I don't know if they're going to do anything about it, but and he decided, we agreed on the same terms, and hopefully there isn't a forum currently that I can appeal again or say that I'm unhappy about it. But I said in general, when the Rugby Players Association or everyone gets together, they will have a discussion about that. So I said, surely it's two things you need to look at. How do they appoint solicitors or advocates? Secondly is the process itself. So surely the thing that I was unhappy about the first part was they thought I started the fight. And in essence, I was never in control of anything. I wasn't dominating. I was, yeah. So anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. So, but the point is that hopefully they'll reassess. And although it happened to me, I don't care. But going forward, for the next player, when it's a vital game or a vital play, they must make sure that the process is fair. That's all I want, is a fairness from it.
Schalk, did I hear you right that you said that it makes no difference to the judiciary whether you punch a guy once or whether if you...
No, it's said to be corrected, sorry.
20 times.
I don't know. I know that coming in, because you make contact with the head, you come in midway. So that's either, I think, 6 or 8 weeks. And then they can cut it down to half. So there is certain things, you can Google it. It's actually on Google. My wife's a solicitor, so she took me through all the stuff. But there is, if it's contact to the body, I think it's low end. If to the head, I didn't actually read high end. Probably if you knock a guy out or put him in hospital, I think it's high end. But yeah, head, yeah. I don't know, maybe, yeah.
Has it been a bit surreal for you to be watching Akker play for the last couple of weeks and you still on the sideline?
Yeah, unfortunately, so I asked them, so because it's a 4-week ban, it's with a break in between, it's actually 5 weeks. So they said, I asked them, so in the week that I'm off, can't I play a game then? Or the Bulls are off? And they said, no, you can't. So I said, I don't understand. So you tell me I'm going to actually be 5 weeks off, where the other player's going to have 3 weeks off. And then the game that is not, there is a game available to play, the Old Vodacom Cup, it's a super sport challenge. Why can't I play that game? And they said, no, it doesn't work like that. I said, once again, the fairness of it wasn't, I didn't feel it was fair. But I mean, it was on a different note. I had a chance to go and talk at serious in a couple of schools and spend more time with the family. So from that perspective, it's given my body a lot of rest. So I'm looking forward physically and mentally to get stuffed up a bit. And I've actually missed the soreness on Sundays. So I'm looking forward to helping out where I can.
So you've chosen a better opposition than the Crusaders to come back against?
Oh, fantastic. Why don't you play against the best? So they are literally, top of the log. They're a fantastic side. They've got an unbelievable record. And I want to play against them. I don't really want to miss games. And I want to see what they do. So how do you learn? Unfortunately, a lot of times people don't learn from failure, but a mentality that I've learned at Saracens is when with failure, it's going to happen. But it's how much you can learn from that and take what they do. And watching the Sharks, it was quite interesting how they managed the tempo of the game, how they played. And yeah, that's how you normally get a blueprint to beat someone.
So do you think you would have had a bit of a chance if your wife was representing you?
Always. I hope she's watching, and she's in London now. But please, if you represented me, my love, you would have been better.
Smoking on nou, waar was ik in Crusaders gespeeld?
2009.
Wow.
En dit toe ja, Richie, ja, toe was hulle almal begin. Ja, toe was hulle ook 'n baie goeie span. Hulle het 'n great span nou, is net ander gesigte. Maar wat nogal interessant is van ek gaan nie sê wie dit vir my gesê het nie, maar wat interessant is, die kultuur dieselfde gebly. En dis wat die mooi ding is van die Crusaders. So ek wil weet van 'n kultuurkant af wat hulle doen. So hulle perform op die veld. Hulle wen dalk nie elke jaar nie, maar hulle is elke jaar thereabout. En dit is vir my in 2009 wat ek hier weg is, het ek nog gedink oor kultuur. Dan dink jy net wen. En dis waar ek nou weggaan en jy leer nou ander goedjies by. Ek wil weet wat hulle doen, hoe hulle dit doen. En van hulle af, ons steel goed by hulle ook om te kyk hoe ons dit kan implementeer. Ons tydperk is net bietjie kort wat ons van die begin van die jaar met pote hulle, maar ek dink ons doen nogal iets sleg vir 'n groep wat bymekaar gegooi is eintlik in Januarie. Nuwe coaches, nuwe groep spelers. Die ouens speel, ons maak nog steeds baie foute, maar daar's 'n intent. Dis net ons het nie baie sagte oomblik op die veld, ons hopelik probeer uitsny.
Wat beoog jy om daai kennis te maak wat jy van hulle gaan wysig word in 'n maand?
Wel, mens weet nooit of mense hulle wen die semi-final final kan speel nie. Die groot ding is daar's 'n rede hoekom ons suksesvol is. Soos ons het net van 'n statistiese kant af, meeste van die 3 word binne die eerste 3 fases gedruk. Hoe doen hulle dit? Byvoorbeeld soos julle sal die naweek sien, hulle sit hulle 9 en 11 reg agter die lyn staan. Ek weet nou nie tegnies raak, maar hoe hulle hard van wat se lyn staan speel, wat se bewegings. En dis maar wat mense ook by Rassie ook van 'n tegniese kant af, al die coaches bring 'n ander element. En julle sien nou, ek weet nie hoe julle sien nie, ons het ons 2 binne 10. Hoe hulle defend, hoe hulle attack met 'n span met 'n winger binne 10 en hoe hulle geattack het in die Sharks met Akker wat eintlik roam. So en hulle druk meeste van die 3 van lyn staan af. So en jy die illusie dat hulle so 'n great attacking span is, maar hulle skop meer as enige van ander spanne. So dit is nogal interessant as jy statisties gaan kyk na dit. Waar druk hulle, hoe druk hulle en hoe hulle jou ontleed. So hulle doen dit baie goed. Die gesiggies verander net, hulle 1 tot 15. Maar hulle span is goed. Nee, hopelik nie.
Ek het net geluister, jy het gesê jy voel half ongelukkig oor jou vonnis teenoor Akker en dat jy nie in die geveg gebly het nie, jy nie beheer van die geveg was nie.
Ja.
Beteken dit dat jy erken dat jy geveg verloor het?
Ek het verseker die geveg verloor. Ek het hard op my gekry. Ja, dit maar wat lekker, maar ja nou, maar wat lekker nog is, dis die mooi ding van die wedstryd. En baie ons vra vir my of dit regtig net 'n stage was na die tyd. Maar omdat ek en Akker mekaar ken en ons speel vir die Sharks, maar ek was 'n ander studie by toe van hy teen die Engeland reeks, was ek daar om te help die hele tyd. So en ons gaan ook heel waarskynlik in dieselfde groep wees as die bokke weer bymekaar kom. So dit is dis die wonderlike deel van rugby. Probeer mekaar regtig seermaak binne die reëls in die game. En dan na die tyd, ek weet nie van ander sporte wat dieselfde tipe kameradie het na die tyd nie. En wat ook vir my voel is ek is nog old school en dis seker maar hoekom ek nou so voel is met die nuwe generasie wat deurkom, dit word 'n professie. Wanneer die ou dae wanneer jy speel, jy gaan na die tyd toe ek begin het, dan moer die ouens mekaar en na die tyd drink jy bier saam en jy sê wel dan het een op my gekry of in die lyn saam of die scrums. Maar ek hoop ons bring die kultuur terug waar ons na die tyd 'n bier saam met ouens gaan drink of nie bierie, 'n koeldrank, wat ook al, maar jy kommunikeer in die begin die Karen Rees te leer ken, die begin die hoopers te ken en en dis nie net 'n werkie. So dan verloor jy ook die element van die mooiheid van die game.
So ek kyk baie filosofies vandag meneer.
Baie.
Ek wil net so 'n vraag of die seisoen vir julle, vir die Blue Bullets, vir die Bulls
Ja.
en vir julle Suid-Afrikaanse groep was baie wippeligagtig
Yes.
op en af gewees. Julle kom nog teen die lobby's te staan. Dink jy hulle kan hier vanaf vorentoe weer consistent wees?
Weet ongelukkig met en dit wat ek ervaar weer eens terug. As jy 'n klomp jong ouens en 'n klomp ouens bymekaar sit, gaan dit gebeur. Met spanne met nie onervaring, maar spanne wat nie lank bymekaar is die performance gap tussen jou beste performance en jou swakste performance redelik groot. As jy nou kyk, byvoorbeeld Saracens in die begin het dieselfde gehad, maar omdat hulle al vir 10 jaar by mekaar is hulle slegte performance nie so sleg nie. En hulle goeie performance is regtig goed. So daai gap vul mekaar aan. Ongelukkig met meeste wedstryde, as jy drie spelers of meer het wat nie op die dag goed is nie, dan het jy 'n slegte dag. As jy meer as 3 spelers het as jy minder as 3 spelers het, dan kan jy die ander 12 spelers kan opvang en die ouens van die bank kan opvang. Maar ongelukkig as jy meer as 3 spelers het wat op een dag af is in die spansport, is jou wipplank net groter. En dis wat jy probeer doen met ervaring, jong ouderdom. So ou ouens kan nie selfde energie bring nie, maar gewoonlik bring jy ou ouens minder foute en bring stabiliteit tot die groep. En dit is waar ons nog is by die bulle, ongelukkig, omdat ons net die tyd gehad het nie. Coaching groep, hulle voel ook stres, ons voel stres, en so het jy maar daai witbank. En met tyd word dit nie meer so nie, maar dit begin meer egalig so te werk. Ons probeer daaraan werk, die goed waaraan ons werk is intensiteit, physicality. En dis die twee goed wat elke Saterdag wat ons moet bring. En ongelukkig, baie keer bring ons, dit vir my gevoel, die vraag wat ek gevra het is, hoekom bring ons daai intensiteit teen Suid-Afrikaanse spanne en nie teen oorseese spanne nie? Ek weet nie, ek het nie 'n antwoord daarvan nie, ek weet nie hoekom sekere spelers dink dit is proewe nie, of wat daar aangaan, maar elke Saterdag moet dieselfde mentaliteit, selfde werk, etiek en selfde physicality bring. Die coaches bring die tegniese kant, ons as spelers moet net werk.
Schalk, speaking of experience, the other old guy in the team,
Yes.
scored a 60-meter try
Fantastic.
last weekend. Are you under any pressure to go 65, 70?
I did see Dwayne pulled up a handbrake a little bit, but it was I gave him a lot of grief as we stay at the hotel. We chat quite a bit, but it wasn't so nice for him to see scoring a try at that length. I don't think he's ever scored a try like that in his whole career. And secondly, trying to catch his wind after that for the next 15 minutes. So that was a funny thing. So it's amazing. And actually, in that time, it was quite a important try from a momentum point of view. But it's nice seeing the old man performing. He's for his age, getting the workload done is pretty special.
Schalk, terug na Vrydag al toe ons het nou gepraat, jy was nou hier toe ons gevra het vir die coach oor die white line fever. Daar gaan sekerlik baie druk op jou wees as 'n senior speler. Om die ons kalm te hê. Hoe sien jy jou rol oor die afrond, spesifiek oor die afrond?
Wel, ek hou van met die bal speel. So tegnies op my, ek probeer die geleenthede vat wat ek kan vat. Van 'n spankant af, jy hoop maar net meer goed gaan oor selfvertroue as 'n span. Selfs met die defense and attack, dis vir my dieselfde. As jy baie foute het, dan wil elke speler, en dis nie 'n lack of effort, gewoonlik is dit ouens wat probeer te hard, probeer te vinnig die laaste pas skuif, die offload is aan, hulle probeer dit te gooi. Waar weer eens, jammer dat ek wel hamer, maar hoe langer 'n span by mekaar is, hoe minder errors sien en hoe meer minder foute sien van defense en attack. So hopelik met tyd en hopelik die naweek sal daar kalmte wees dat ons sal skoor 3, 5 of 7 punte, maar ons hoef dit nie nou toe te nie. Ons kan dit doen oor 2 fases of die volgende fase of 5 fase later. En dis wat ek hopelik ek bring maar net myself en ek weet nie wat 'n impak ek met die ouens langs my het nie, maar een ding wat ek goed is kommunikasie op die veld. So as dit kan help en dan sal dit fantasties wees.
So we do one last one, so this guy can still have an afternoon off.
Ja. Nou van.
Wat nou met jou jare ervaring dink oor die game en al die goed. En jy's vir die ouderdom waarskynlik een van ons met die beste skills.
Ja.
Met die bal in hand. Waar dink jy Suid-Afrika agter geraak het in die Zeelands voor spesifiek wat skills betref? As jy nou met hom oor die game in geheel van skool af rugby.
Ek kyk skole rugby en ek dink, wow. Ek meen Paul Roos het na die skole rugby kompetisie gewen en ek het hier 'n paar keer het ek kom kyk toe met die voorseisoen skole by mekaar, maar ek dink wow. Waar ek voel, dis 'n persoonlike opinie, so ek my aanhaal, maar dis maar wat ek dink. Ek dink ons coach structures en ons gee nie spelers, die spelers moet ook verantwoordelikheid vat daarvoor, maar die spelers moet hulle eie skill set, maar ek weet nie vaardighede moet hulle verbeter. So wat jou skills wat jou vaardighede is op skool moet verbeter tot waar jy professioneel raak. En wat gebeur is ongelukkig op skool wat ek nou kyk, jy het altyd tyd op die bal. Professionele vlak waar daai tyd net minder. Dan het jy nog dieselfde vaardigheid met jy the same skill you need to perform just in a shorter time with more pressure. And that's what I feel we sometimes lack. And unfortunately, because we so focus on the end result, people put a lot of pressure on the player not to make the pass or not to make the offload. And unfortunately with time, you lose a skill set. You need to practice that day in and day out. En dis waar ek voel ons is so gefokus op die eindresultaat, maar nie op die proses nie. So daar moet ons sê, okay, fine, ons gaan bietjie skoolgelde betaal oor 'n termyn, maar ons spelers gaan 'n sekere vlak wees wat hulle kan speel so wat hulle kan speel of wat jy sien op skool. So ek kyk self en ek wonder self, wow, ons het baie errors. So byvoorbeeld Stormers Bulls game, Burger Bulls, was daar baie foute. En dis eintlik baie talentvolle ouens wat daar speel. So dit is, ja, ek dink net dit is 'n proses, groter as enigiets 'n mentaliteit wat ons moet verander.